Hey. Welcome to Straight Talk with T and J. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Tracey.
How are
I
you today,
am
Tracy?
great. How are you?
Well, I'm good. I got to call my computer guy and find out how he's doing because he had caught COVID about a week ago. And he's supposed to speed up my computer so we won't deal with this little delay. But we're trying the best we can. All right? But I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. Definitely
I've
got a
had a
good stuff for you tonight, though. It's not the change.
I've had a long day, Jeff, but I'm ready.
First of all, let me say, uh, I know. First of all, let me say thank you for everybody that's been chiming in. People that called me earlier today asking me, "Y'all gonna have a show?" Yeah, we here. We are here.
Yay.
We are here.
And I'm also excited because I appreciate people.
And it'll be a trip. Look, first of all, subscribe. Hit that like button. It's supposed to be given to you. Straight talk. That means straight, no chaser, and that is without curse. We'll open up the panel in about 20 minutes or so, just to get your thoughts on what you think about one of these topics that we're going to bring up. Or you can talk about anything you want to talk about. So, Tracy, before we get started, anything on your mind today?
You know, since you brought it up, I am so glad the weather has gone back to being warm
Uh-huh.
what things. Right now, the weather is warm right now. So I'm a little happy about that. So I guess I can cheat and say it's a warm November, and I'm a little happy because I was tired of the big coat. I know it should be cold in November, but I like warm weather. I do. I do. I know. It's almost Thanksgiving and we should be
Well,
getting ready for it. I know, Jeff. I know.
don't get too happy. Yeah.
And the second thing is, even though I've been
I'm just
sick
saying,
lately,
it's definitely going to be cold again.
I know. But for now, I'm enjoying it. So, and I guess the second thing is that even though I have been sick, I am just ever so grateful that I am still here and yet alive. And so I am just thankful for every day that I am yet here above earth. And so I thank God every day.
Right.
And every day I wake up praying one more day. So I thank God for that. Things could be a lot worse. So,
Well, that's good.
yesterday I was in the
You already know.
huh? What did you say?
I said, you already know. Things could be worse. You already know.
Yes. Yes. When you're all hooked up to machines and they don't know and we don't know and all those kind of things going on and then only thing I'm doing is I pray every day and I just say, God, I yet thank you. So I'm constantly being very optimistic about everything.
Right.
So that's how I look at things and I'm pressing forward. I don't plan on giving up. So I'm not giving up. I have too many things to do in this
There you
journey.
go.
This podcast is part of this journey and we have a work to do. So that's why we're here today to do
Yep.
this. This is a part of a ministry. So we are not giving up.
Here.
Here, here.
Well, let's go ahead and get into it then. A lot of happened since last Thursday. Of course, it's no different if you're in whatever city you're in. Like Tracy, you're in Nashville, I'm in Memphis, and crime is everywhere. So we already know that stuff happens. What we want to do is focus on some of the national stories that maybe didn't get a lot of coverage. And
Yes.
interesting tonight because I found a couple of stories that kind of be like, huh? What is first okay? I admit that. I like 3 hours a week. I don't even do that. Okay. Now if it was
Oh,
music, it would be something different. I'd be like, well, I listen to music like 21 hours out of 24 hours a day.
that's
But
so sad. That's so true.
uh
Oh,
something caught my eye on the internet today. This girl, Erica Mina, she's talking about leaving the US over the aid that we gave to Israel. Now, I was reading this and I said, wait a minute, $14.5 billion. It's split up between Ukraine and Israel. But my thing is, I don't understand. What does she have to do with that? Is she trying to stay relevant? What's going on?
well, according to the article, first of all, let's make sure that we um do a little clarity first, so anyone who misses it does not miss who Erica Mena is. So, for clarity's sake, let's make sure we talk about first who Erica Mena is. She is one of the former hot girls, quote, quote. So, she's one of the former hot girls of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So, to bring it current, she was
Mm,
fired for giving a racial slur against a co-star who is Spice during an altercation.
okay.
Formerly, you said that um, one of the things we like to see um, on those shows um, is the fights, or when the girls get into it, or when there's tiffs. You know, the scrappiness of the girls. But the shows have changed a lot. Producers don't like those things anymore.
Mm.
Uh, the audience really don't like those things anymore. Many years ago, those things were what sold the shows, but the shows have changed a lot. They don't like those things anymore, and it's not necessary. Um,
Mm.
there's a quote that they said, and I'm gonna read directly from this quote. It
Still
says, "Quote,
constructive reality.
huh?" So let me read this quote right quick. It says, "Quote,
No, great.
working it says, quote, working hand in hand with our partners, viewers will see the impact of Erica Mena's remarks play out in the final 3 episodes of the season. So, read a statement from the franchise, and effectively, she will not appear in the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So, she is no longer going to be on the season. So, she is now off the show. So, to fast forward this thing, they're trying to figure out what does she have
I
to do exactly. So why is
I
she
have to
moving
admit, I
out?
don't know who it is.
Huh? So why is she so interested in moving out
I
of
don't
country?
even know who she is, but okay.
I mean, she is just a one of the girls who wear the red bottom shoes. She is
I wonder
busty.
where will she go?
Well, according to this article, she is just trying to move. It doesn't really specify where she's moving to. But according to this article, they say she's moving out of the U.S. for her and her kids because she says that she now let me read exactly what she said. She said that she's completely disgusted by these coward world leaders. End quote. Mm-hmm. Those were her remarks. Those are not Tracey remarks. Those are her
Okay.
remarks. Yes.
So I just don't get it. I mean, if she's a celebrity here, why would she leave? But okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, then of course she
Okay.
went on to say that this country can't provide free health care, but this country is
Hey,
funding
that's
to
cool.
kill. Uh, yeah. So, then she went on to say something about free health care and educate, all these kind of things. And, I mean, all these kind of things is a little insane, but, um, the entire rationale doesn't really make a lot
Do
of
you
sense.
think she's justified in leaving?
To jump to another country it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Now, if she wants to change cities, I get it. But to jump to another country, that's a
Yeah.
lot. That's a lot. I mean, if she's fed up with Atlanta, I understand. If she's even fed up with Georgia, I really get it. But to move to another country, you're really taking it to another level. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, to another country with children because you're fed up.
Well,
I mean, really? I mean, you're taking children out of the country. Hmm. I mean, you're not really
yeah.
adding
Well,
the pieces up.
maybe she thinks she can live a better life somewhere else.
Okay, so how are you going to rationalize to these children when you at some point you're going to have to figure out how you're going to really be able to
Well,
take care of these
that's just
children?
strange. I didn't know she. Who, right?
So how do you
Who is
how
this
do you
woman? Who Hopper?
because you can't really restart your
How do
show
you
over there.
what?
So how do you take care of the children over there?
But what like she was like the main producer. She was a guest.
Of course not.
So
Right. Now she
also
was, I mean, she was,
flying under the radar, flying under the radar.
mhm. I mean, she was not the top build.
She what?
Um,
Right. I'm
she
sorry.
was right. She was a supporting character, and I'm sure she made decent money. I mean, I'm pretty sure she did. So how long was that show on? I mean, Love and Hip Hop
The
Atlanta was on
radar,
for a while,
Tracy.
huh?
This is gonna flip you out. This is gonna really flip you out. I already know. I already know. It's gonna flip you out. Hey, dig this, because you work with, in the field with children, with kids at school. But dig this, a 78-year-old teacher, she was sentenced to 10 years for repeatedly S and A of a 14-year-old boy in the school basement. Now, go in.
Well, see, I think you missed
Let me
something
just say
important with
this
this.
right off the ripple. First of all, No, no. First of all, a 75-year-old woman,
Mm-hmm.
we call her grandma, granny.
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
75-year-old granny. That's 1 year less than my mother. Okay? With a 14-year-old boy. First of all, this is the last, you know what? I can wrap it up in one word. Nasty. I'm glad she got 10 years. Should have gave her. So I digress. Tracy, go ahead.
Well, see, actually, you missed something with that because initially she faced
What?
624 years. He changed
Woo!
it and only gave her he changed it and only gave her 10 years because I think it was because that was something that was more reasonable. Yes. So what she faced versus what he gave her was something, he had to weigh it out. You know what I'm saying? She was never going to live 624 more years. Never. Impossible. And then upon her release, she's still
Well,
going to be supervised 15 more years. So she's going to be supervised to the age of 90.
wow.
So she is going to be supervised seemingly to the age that she may potentially, let's just say, she is walking on a cane. I don't know. And I haven't seen this lady. Let's just say she has impeccable health. But let's just say she is going to make it to the age of 90. So she'll be supervised to the age of 90 if she makes it to 90. So
Well,
she'll be
this happened
supervised.
in Wisconsin.
Yeah, in Wisconsin, with the Department of Corrections, she'll be supervised for 15 years. Yes.
Now, what really stuck out with me about this story? It is a granny, and most of the times we don't even hear. We just hear about, but we don't hear about no grandma.
Yeah.
75 years old?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh, yeah, I know. But
Ain't
I'm gonna
like that. Look, it's not like that 14-year-old boy can walk around brag and say, "Yeah, man, I used to hit Miss Grandma." Nope.
yeah, that is really disheartening. But see, that's not what stuck out for me with this story. I'm gonna tell you what stuck out for me with this story. The fact that
What's that?
my best
What?
friend is 76. And that's what stuck out for me. My best friend is a sheer
Oh wow.
comedian, and she is the funniest. Oh my God. She is so comical. She is funnier than a lot of comedians I hear every day. She is so funny. And she barely even, I don't want to say she barely likes children. I mean, but of course she has grandchildren. She has children, grandchildren, and great grandchildren. She has all of those. And I mean, and she just, I mean,
Mhm.
she can't stand the thought of things like this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and just the thought of something like this just floors her. So for someone to even talk about something like this, even in those kind of sentences with people, it just, okay. I could send someone a picture of she and I when she went on the cruise with me when I turned the big 5 a few years back. And when you see the two of us just cutting up on my
Okay.
birthday cruise, oh my God, you would just see how much fun we had. So you see how we cut up together. You would just see nothing like that would just so far from her reality. So I cannot imagine. So this story right here is just unimaginable. So and I'm like, are you sure? I don't know. I don't get it. I just
Hey,
don't get it.
look, a 78-year-old. I mean, you and I know that there's some 78-year-old or 76-year-old, 75-year-old with a grandson or great grandson that's 14.
Yeah.
And this was just, it's nasty. I'm going to say it all the time. Anytime you date someone or go with someone or marry someone more than 11 years or more up or down is nasty to me. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion on it. And you can't change it. I don't look, I'm single. Okay. And I remember long time ago, Tracy, that somebody told me, some guy said, yeah, you say that now. Wait till you get up in age. I'm like, I looked at him and said, what's up in age? And I still feel the same way. We have not if you're 20 or 24, we have nothing in common. You have something in common with my son. You have nothing in common with him, period. If you're 32, you have nothing in common with me, period. If you're 42, maybe we can talk. Other than that, no, buddy, not at all. So
So you don't like
I
cougars?
think this is nasty.
So Jeff,
And huh,
so Jeff, you would not date a cougar.
huh,
So at your
Cougar.
age, you would not date a
What?
cougar.
Uh,
You would not date a cougar,
uh,
someone who's older than
you put me
yourself.
on the spot with that.
Um,
Do
um
I really
huh?
have to answer that? You know, when I was younger, I used to date all of the women that was older than me. When I got married, that's the first time I married someone who was younger than me. That's the first time I ever dated someone who was younger
No,
than me.
I don't mean
So
younger. I mean a cougar. A cougar
call them seasoned.
who would be older than you, who would be just
You know,
like all over you. Like even
fifty
at your age
58.
now, a cougar for you would be like this 75-year-old who would be just
I can deal
all
with
over you.
yeah. No, 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 no. Wrong.
So
Over the
you would not date a cougar?
age. No, no.
No.
If you over, I don't care how fine you are. I don't care how many cars you got, what your career is.
Okay,
But it's not going to happen.
so what would you say if your son came home with a cougar and he was
To you.
happy?
Who? Who was happy, Church?
What'd you say?
I missed it. Who you said what happened? Who was
What
happy?
would you say if your son came home with a cougar and told you he had been dating her for 6 months? He just did not want to tell you.
Was dating a cougar.
Cougar,
I guess that would
someone.
be like what? Twice his age, maybe 40, 41, 42.
She could be 15 years his senior, and he was happy.
Well, as a
And
grown up, and as a grown up, he's happy and he's grown. He can do his own thing. But as a parent, to break them up.
so,
And
would you
y'all thought
discourage
the
him?
mother-in-law was bad. Wait till you be father-in-law. I'm gonna do everything. Look, I'm gonna start off nice. I'm gonna be like, look, I'm gonna give you $5,000 to leave my son-in-law, please. And if she don't take that, if she's so in love or whatever,
Jeff, you
then
go.
we gonna have a little
Oh my,
problem. I'm gonna start doing little things to let him
oh
know.
my
As a matter of
God,
fact, I might start bringing girls around his
Jeff, you gonna
age.
pay her off?
Kind of, look. He works at the store, right? I'll be like, hey, go in the store and just ask that you need some help. What's some nice little clothes, but be conservative now. Don't go in half naked like a ratchet, like a sexy red. Just be cool. But yeah, that would be my number one mission as a father. Break them up. Break them up. Break them up. I'm sorry. But speaking of breakup, can you believe, Tracy? I I'm bad at numbers, but it's been a while though. 2016, 17, 2022, 21, 22, 23. About 5 years, 6 years. Tony Braxton and Birdman still together. They are still together. Now, wasn't she dating a guy first from Mint Condition? So she left that guy to give a Birdman. Or okay, we'll put a little space between there, whatever. But she was a Birdman. Now, everyone expects them to be the odd couple because he's got all those tattoos on his face. I don't know what happened with Tracey. She went down for a second. She'll be back. I think our computer went out. Okay, she's back. Hold on, let me bring her up. And we got a couple more stories for you, and then we'll open up the panel. But we coming. Um, I wanted to tell you all about this other story real quick. This Alabama pastor who actually offed himself in front of the police. Now, why did he do that? He offed himself because there was a young lady that outed him about being a transgender woman or man, or rather, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Let me, because this is crazy. All right. A Baptist preacher, and he's the mayor too in Alabama. He shot himself in front of police officers after a news article exposed that he was an alleged transgender curvy girl, a transgender curvy girl. Wow. So, um, it's crazy. It was a police chase. It was a slow police chase, and it started. You already know he off. We're gonna get you up here too. But Tracy, any thoughts on this pastor and what's his name? F.L. Bubba. That's what they call him. Bubba Copeland. Basically said that they needed a welfare check on him at first. And I don't what else can you tell me about this? Because I don't understand why would you off yourself even if you are exposed as a transgender curvy girl. He said he's married now. He says his wife knows. So I don't understand.
I think he killed. From what I can tell, I think he killed himself because he did not want the reputation of who he was, and who he was the um being both individuals.
That's crazy.
He really did not want the true
Well,
him
the
coming out.
LGBTQ community trans definitely mourning his loss.
Exactly,
You know, their
exactly.
loss, rather.
And for everyone to really find out that he really was a transgender individual to come to light, you know, he was living a double life.
And this
And
guy had
even
two
though he had,
daughters.
um, and even though
Yeah,
he
but he
had
had two
discussed it,
daughters.
right, and so he had apparently, revealed it to his wife, but the
Crazy.
world did not really know. So that was a lot. And once
Yeah.
once you come out to your, I'm going to hop off and come back on. Thanks, Godiva. We do want to talk to you. You can try. What I'll do is I'll stop
Oh, she
talking.
just got disconnected. Try to hit the right back, Gustavo. We'll bring you up. Yeah.
Yeah,
She got
I'm gonna see.
disconnected. We'll
She
bring
said,
her. Call us back or hit that link again. Anybody looking right now, you hit the link.
and I
So
think
that's
I'm gonna
what
stop
we
talking
got
for.
for you today on Straight Talk.
And that's what Jeff was talking about earlier about the lag, because right now we're having this slight lag, which is causing us to, and it's kicking off both of us.
And you know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, and we apologize for that, you all.
I'm gonna wind up because see, I don't know how long my computer got with this COVID. I'm gonna just buy a whole new computer, separate computer, and do this show on that computer because when I do my radio show on this computer, I have no lag, no nothing. Everything is perfect. So I don't know why. Maybe it's the software with StreamYard, but I'm back. And so I'm gonna bring her up and just ask her, "How you doing, good
Hey,
diver?"
hey, Jeff.
I know still lag.
Jeff, hey. Can you guys hear me? Because I'm getting
Hey,
feedback.
Hi, Godiva.
yeah, we get you.
We can hear you. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Ladybug.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Thank you for calling.
You're very welcome.
So, before we get
So what's up,
started,
Godiva? Talk to us.
yeah.
Huh? What?
Okay, I'm still getting feedback, but Jeff, I'm getting a lot of feedback here, so I don't know.
Yeah. Uh-huh. A lot of feedback while you're getting it. You have to because you're in our studio now. You have to either close out the YouTube channel, the first one, because when you click that link, it opened up a new page. So you either have to mute the old page or close it and just talk to us, and we got you. It's that way.
Okay, well, let me.
Is that way?
Okay, let me get completely out.
Okay. Yeah. So talk to us. What do you think about all this stuff going on? Get out. Oh, we lost her. We lost her
Mm,
again.
she should be able to come back up in
I
just a
think it was
second.
her fault this time. She
I think it's the way you explained it. I think she
so
hit it. I think she hit it.
I think she hit both of them except one of them. She was just supposed to hit the one, the original, like when she log on. But then when I bring the studio, it's gonna open up another window. She'll get the feedback because the sound is going through the first page and through the second page.
See, that makes
That's
sense
the
to
way
you.
to
All that
explain
technical
it
stuff, Jeff.
is
It
when
just
we come to you, if you go up to the top where the tap is, the little speaker, go where that little speaker unless you know an easier way, Tracy.
it just sounds technical when you explain it that way. I had to learn it.
I know
But
it
we're gonna
does.
keep talking. Hopefully Godiva comes back on in just a second. Because I
But
want
you
to hear
learned it.
from her. I did. I had to learn it. Because even though I used to do radio, I just learned what to do. I just didn't learn all those technical words. I just learned radio. And I used to be the
Right,
promotions director.
right.
I just didn't have to learn all that technical stuff you're talking about. You just knew all the other stuff. But yes, I can't wait for Godiva to come on because I wanted to talk to her about the things we're talking
But
about
to
and everything else
today's
going
world,
on.
that's a good thing.
Yes. So Godiva, call us back so we can talk.
Let's see. I had to check my phone and get another text. I'm trying to listen to the current show. Okay.
And I just
Ice Cream just texted me. He's trying to listen to the. All right, we got Godiva back. We'll see what's up with her.
all right.
I'm back.
Okay. Let's do it.
Hey,
Godiva.
Hey.
hey.
Okay. Hey, welcome back.
All right, Godiva, where do you want to start?
Well, I want to start with
So
Erica Mina.
there's a little delay.
Ooh-wee.
We got,
It is.
All right, Jeff, let her start with
uh,
Erica Mena because
yeah.
I want to hear this.
I really didn't watch Love and Hip Hop, but I think she needs to go somewhere and sit down. Now, granted, I
Uh-huh.
understand the way she feels um, about um, about the U.S. giving so much money to another country because I really truly believe we need to take care of home first.
Right.
Now, but as far as leaving and going to another country, that's kind of drastic to me.
Exactly.
So, th-
I mean,
okay,
that's drastic. I mean, that's drastic. I mean, that's a lot. Another country? Come on now.
absolutely. That's a little drastic. I'm still getting feedback, but I'm gonna work through this process,
Well,
guys.
Okay, okay. I mean, being irritated is
yeah,
one
yeah. Don't
thing,
worry
but you
about
talk
it.
about
Don't
another
listen to it. Just
country.
talk to us.
And Godiva, I'm like you. I mean, being frustrated is one thing, but another country is another whole animal. I mean, that's an
Absolutely.
extreme. I mean, you have no idea what the water system would be like over there. You have no idea
Let me
what the
shout out to
healthcare
my
would be like.
friend Jason. No, no. See, that's what we've been brainwashed to think that other countries are countries, and there's some countries in Africa that are not. They are more advanced than we are here in America. But
But we're
I
not talking about
definitely
just
want to send
Africa,
a
Jeff.
shout out to Jason, whose YouTube channel, The Business. Yesterday, he had a show called "All This Money in Aid for Ukraine," and
Hmm.
and and Dr. Cornel West talked about that. So I'm like,
Right.
Right.
105 or 106 billion with a B. Come on,
Right.
Godiva.
That's a whole lot of money.
That's a whole lot of money. That's a whole lot.
We have so many homeless people,
You
and
can't be
and
mad at this
our
girl
country
at the
needs so
because
much work.
Hmm.
Hmm.
right.
But we have to be mindful. We're not talking
And
about
this should not be a
just
homeless
Africa.
person
I mean,
anywhere in
this could
America.
be any
Period.
country. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
and once we start shipping our
Yeah,
children out of the United States because we're frustrated, we're telling our children we we can run when we're angry, when we can run when we're
wait a
mad,
minute.
and that's how we deal with things.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Because they would leave if Donald Trump became president, they would leave, and they didn't leave. I don't know if this girl's gonna really leave. She might just be saying this to get attention.
She's trying to stay relevant, Jeff. You know that.
Hmm. I
What
think
you
so
think?
too.
Yeah.
And see, I don't. I like I said, I don't know who she is because I don't watch TV. So Godiva and Tracy, you all can definitely handle this topic better than me.
No, no, Jeff. I didn't really watch Love and Hip Hop because it was a lot of fighting and bickering. And sometimes that gets on my nerve. I can't deal with all that. You know.
Well, they're all the same. You know, Godiva, they're all the same. It's just different characters.
Don't be like,
Hmm.
Unfortunately, it's one African American female who's 36 versus another African American female who's 42 on another show versus another one who's 27, who one may wear a 32 double A, another may wear a 47 double D. You know what I'm saying? They're all just,
Right.
and I'm not bashing, but it's all the same.
mm,
You know,
Absolutely.
just different show, different name, different flow, different fame, but they're all the same. And I told Jeff this once before, it's not because Tracy is not on there and Tracy has hate. It's, we should be uplifting one another versus
Right. Right.
pulling someone else down, but we're not setting a positive tone overall. Some of them have changed, but there's not enough of a consistent basis to say that overall. There have been some tweaks. Now there are some that have done it, but there are
right.
enough of them that have set the negative tone that are doing things like this. We've been
Right.
talking about the young lady who is going to jail because she has this tax fraud thing going on. And that has permeated the news so frequently now that that's going on for weeks and weeks and weeks now. But
Right.
what do you think about Tony Braxton and Birdman?
Well, you know what?
Tony
Birdman.
Braxton and Birdman. I really haven't heard much about them.
What's
I do know that they dated back in the day. It was just
the
kind of
respect?
a weird couple to me.
But apparently they have been under the radar all this time, and apparently they're still together, which is quite interesting.
Well, ill. That's all I can say.
I know, I
I'm
know.
like, I want to, you know what? To each his own. You like who you
I
like,
think they
but
started
Like who
dating.
you like,
They started dating in 2016, though,
like
right?
who you like. I know, I know, I I know.
he looks like a walking billboard with all those tattoos, face tattoos, arm tattoos. I don't own a tattoo. Now, I don't knock people who like tattoos, but I've never wanted one. But I don't think they ever realize you got to get old one day.
well,
You know, I have, my two
well,
tattoos
well.
are
Let
not
me say
something
this,
that you can
Godiva, and
see.
I'm glad you said that. Well, my philosophy, Godiva and Tracy, is if you are dark skinned, you're a dark skinned person, you shouldn't get a
Hmm.
tattoo.
And
Period.
I'm chocolate. So,
I
I
am too.
mean, if you light skinned or you are Caucasian, tattoos look great on you. And some tattoos I see on some dark skinned people, y'all look like a rash broke out on them. So
The
that's just my
only
opinion.
thing,
I have
Jeff,
a
that
strong
I've ever
opinion on
wanted.
tattoo. Look,
Yes, we know,
look,
Jeff. The only thing that I've ever wanted was a piercing. I didn't want a piercing in my nose. Didn't want, and that's a belly piercing. That's the only thing I have. That's it.
oh, oh,
Oh my
oh.
goodness.
You sure had my imagination going. You glad you said believe.
Yeah.
Hey,
Godiva, do something with your
one last
friend.
thing before you go, Godiva.
Listen,
What?
listen. I've been dealing with this for a long time. It's not going to change, and I know you have.
Look,
Yes.
all right, I'm gonna speak my mind. Look, Godiva, I do want
Yeah,
to ask you this question though. How old is your son's old now? Isn't he like what
he's
23?
27.
So if your son came home 27, all right, if your son came home with a lady that was, let's say, your mother's age, 67, 70 years old, what would you say about that?
Well, I kind of look upside his head now. I'm just going to be real about it. But you know what? There is nothing I can do about that. I mean, he's, in the words of older people, he's grown. I'm gonna look upside his head. But what can I do about it? It's nothing I can do, but I can talk to him about it. But you love who you
Sure,
love.
sure,
I wouldn't
sure.
want him to.
You run her off. You sure something you could do about it?
Jeff, you can't run
Sure.
anybody out because the more I try to create a wedge, it's gonna run him to the woman. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna make them, grow, closer together.
No, this stop, stop it, stop it, stop it. Don't even think that. This is not Romeo and Juliet. Look, when I was a kid growing up, me and my brother, there were certain guys my mom would like date that we didn't like them, and we had creative ways of getting rid of them until I was like, look, hey, look, mama, ain't nobody good enough for you, so just leave it alone. And now if my seed was to bring somebody, my age, close to 50, oh
Mm.
no, we got problems. Like, son, look, you're grown. I know I can tell you what to do, but I'm gonna tell you right now. If you continue this relationship, because I don't approve of it, I'm gonna make my mission to make sure this ends.
So you saying he can't bring me home, Jeff?
Oh, Godiva. Oh,
No,
this is
he
too
cannot.
funny. Oh
No,
my
he
God.
cannot.
And listen, and Tracy, let me say this. You asked Jeff a question. You said,
No,
Jeff,
he cannot.
so you wouldn't date a cougar, Jeff. You wouldn't date a cougar. He was like skipping and stuttering
He
and
did.
stutter
He did.
butter.
You
It
heard
took him
that,
a while to answer that question now.
you heard that, didn't you?
I did.
Oh my goodness. He
I'm
still hasn't
just saying,
answered it.
I would not date someone that is like out of my league cougar.
He's scared.
I want to date someone my age, wouldn't you?
Well, Jeff, when
I'm
you
not
guys were
scared.
younger, it was okay for you to
Look,
mess with a cougar when you was
I only
16.
want red
Right.
on my head.
When you
That's all.
guys were excited to go to the babysitters that was
I,
molesting you young guys when
I
you guys
did
were
not.
younger.
Thank you. Thank you, Godiva. Tell him.
I thought it was wrong then. Look, I thought it was wrong then, and I think it's wrong now. No, I was not one of those guys who
He's
like
just
me.
saying that, Godiva.
Yeah, I
You,
get nuts my bill. No.
Jeff, you
I was
sound
not
like
like that. I was
you
like,
sound like Joe. You sound like Clint. I did not
if I
have
go,
sexual relations with that woman.
I did not. I did not. I did not
you're so
inhale.
funny. You're so funny. You're so I'm just saying. Look, the way I feel, all jokes aside,
Mm-hmm.
when I was 11 years old, I lost my virginity to a girl who was 13. It was not a consenting issue. It was not me pursuing her. So I got a little feeling about, a difference, and especially women or men. That's a whole different story when you got a man stalking a woman or a man preying on a woman. That's different. But it is just as important as if, women stalking men. It's just as important if men stalking women. Same thing. It does
Okay,
something
Jeff.
to you emotionally, and it can scar you for life. I don't care if you're 20, 25, 27.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way in the world, Godiva, I would let a 27-year-old boy talk to anybody, especially if they look like you. I would see she a diva. Leave alone.
He is funny. He is
Now,
a
Tracy, I can hear you fine. That's Jeff over there with all that feedback.
I know it.
That's Jeff over there with all that feedback because I
I
can
know that.
hear
I
you
know
talking to
what you
me
will,
and I
man.
don't hear any feedback, but that's Jeff Lee in your area.
I know that's Jeff over there
No.
growling and grrr. That's his phone over there. Thank you,
Oh, let me
Godiva.
turn that. My bad. I had to push the
Jeff, hold
headphone
your
button.
left leg up, your right arm over your head, and then
So,
rub your stomach with your other hand. That'll make
anyway,
kind of
all I'm
clear it up.
saying is you will not you would not be talking to my son. Period.
Okay.
And look, here's the easy way I can say, hey son, my phone went out. But since he on, while I'm going through his phone, I'll be going through some messages to see if some old lady like you text him. And then I just casually bring it up. I say, you talked to Godiva lately? And then I see if he gonna tell the truth. Then I'll be all over you like right. I call you up. I say, Godiva, I will tell you no more. Leave my son alone. Your son is gone. What I want to do? Godiva, leave my son
Funny.
alone.
Jeff, but you know,
I
you guys were
did.
talking about that story about that 78-year-old woman. That really is nasty though. That was pretty
That's,
Yeah.
disgusting.
that's
Yeah, now that's
6 years old, messing
he's
with a
only
14-year-old
14.
boy in the
Oh my
basement.
gosh.
mm,
He's
mm, mm.
I mean,
I
he's
think he'll be
barely out of
scarred for life.
puberty.
She gonna give him worms, ain't it?
Okay. Godiva, he's barely
He'll be
out of
scarred for life.
puberty,
I
Godiva.
know, I know.
Word.
No,
She
I was
said
just messing.
word.
Godiva, the judge wanted to give her 624
You might
years,
be
but he
right.
had to change
But
it.
some cream of wheat and some word.
Jeff,
That's
uh
atrocious.
that
I am done. You just made my
right.
night. I'm done.
You know what? That's absolutely ridiculous. What I don't understand is what would a 78-year-old woman see in a 14-year-old unless she's just with them for the energy. You know what I mean?
But but you know what? Truthfully, I really think that she was having some kind of hallucinations when she was seeing this child, and she was probably imagining him being someone else because there's no way she could have seen anything beyond that because that child
I,
couldn't have been doing anything else other than running around the house. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because she couldn't have imagined him being a man. He
okay,
couldn't have
that I
had any
can't
more
have
than two little
energy.
strands on his chin.
But you know what, Tracy? Now I'm gonna tell you something. These young people are wise beyond their years. Now they're nothing like like when we were children. We were children, They're a little bit more mature. They are a little bit more wiser
Well, that's
than
true.
we are. You know what I mean? They're doing more than what we did. We were still playing hide and go seek and red light, green light, and all those things.
Right.
These children are doing all kinds of stuff. So, but it's still no excuse. You know what I
Right.
mean?
There's no excuse. I mean, I just left the game a couple hours ago. But I mean, to work in the middle school and I see the 11-year-olds who are flat. I mean, these 11-year-old boys, they have absolutely no bodies. But to see the guys in high school, I mean, conceptually speaking, they're still very slender. I mean, there are a few of
Right,
them who've begun to become like young men. I mean, unless they're like halfway muscular because they work out.
right,
But the
right,
rest of them, conceptually speaking, I mean, intellectually speaking, unless they're, I mean, on that mental track, but they don't have the mental capacity to sit down and have a true
right,
conversation with you unless someone's really, really working with them. You know what I'm saying? So
right, right.
can't have an intelligent conversation with someone of that age. You know,
That's true.
I mean, you can't talk now. I probably could think of 2 or 3 students who could
What they
really
gonna talk
engage.
about? Medicare, Medicaid.
You
I
said
mean,
what, Jeff?
he said something about Medicaid. I mean,
What they gonna talk about? Medicare or Medicaid?
we have prescriptions to her, but beyond that,
Look,
like really,
look, man. Whether you 75, 78, if you're in your 70 whatevers, period.
that's scary.
Now,
It is. It really is.
uh, if you're in your 60s, I don't approve. If you're in your 50s, I don't approve. If you're in your approve. If you are in your 20s, I do not approve. You need to be about 14 or 15-year-old girl to mess around with a 14-year-old boy. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
If he's in if
There's
he's
no ifs, ands, or
14,
buts.
I would give him a little credit, even if he wanted to pump his chest up and say he wanted to have himself even if he got a 17-year-old, if he want to push it to that limit, I say okay.
I give him that because you know what? About it in a couple years, they'll catch up with each other at some point. But
Yes. Well,
but
so
that's
they'll catch up.
yeah,
They will eventually balance out because I mean, mentally speaking, they're going to be a little slight imbalance for a little while. Then they're going to balance out.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know. Now, I definitely don't approve of him doing the 40-year-old, 14 and 40.
Wait a minute.
But there's no way on earth I can justify and say a
Wait
14
a
and
minute. Let me go ahead and say this right.
78-year-old.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Girls are smarter than boys.
You are absolutely right, Jeff.
Of course.
Say it again for the people in the
So
back that didn't hear you.
it's not does not really grow until 25 when it's fully developed.
Right.
So girls are smarter than boys. And the only way if he's 20 and is if he's leveling up.
Right.
Other than that, nah. I'm gonna pass. And I will be the father from the dark side.
So what happened with this pastor, Jeff, that I
I'm
saw
not
that
having it.
when I was looking at the
Yeah.
news today
It's time for
online,
us to
and
go.
I didn't read the story.
Yeah. Well, this Alabama pastor, he was outed for being a transgender girl, I guess a curvy girl. But here's the deal: he's married, and he took his own life in front of police. What he did was a slow police chase, and I guess he didn't want to be identified as a trans girl. But
Oh,
I guess whoever this person was that outed him, pretty much didn't like him or whatever. But he was wearing girls' clothes and stuff like that. Not only was he a pastor, he was the mayor.
Oh yeah, that's right. The guy's a white guy.
Yeah, he's a
Okay,
white
I
guy.
saw that. I saw another pastor that got killed, a black guy. I can't remember that. Okay, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
It's a lot going on out here, you all. I mean, sometimes
well,
people don't talk about it, but
I
there's so
think
much going on
that's
out
crazy.
here. I mean,
You're
there's
right.
a lot going on out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot.
It is. It's a whole lot.
It's a whole lot.
That's
And like I
crazy.
said, I think he did it because he did not want people to really know what he was truly doing. And once it was revealed, he knew his church would not really respect, in my opinion,
And
because
he could have just been struggling with all those different
He was down low.
personalities and things
yeah,
that he was into, and he just, he's trying to serve God, and then he's trying to be the mayor, and then he's trying. It was just a lot he
it was
was
a lot.
dealing with. Yeah.
And there's too many complexities,
There you go.
because
Mm-hmm.
once it truly
Well,
came
I
out,
mean, you off
it was just
yourself
too
with that
much.
though. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
It was just too much.
Yeah, I just moved to a little small town. Don't nobody know me. That's crazy. But anyway,
Yeah.
Godiva, want to
Mm-hmm.
definitely thank you, Tracy. Want to thank you too. It's time for us to go, but make sure you check us out next Thursday at 8 p.m.
Yes.
Share with this with all your friends, and of
I
course, if you
will.
hadn't hit the like button, go
Thank
definitely
you.
leave
Thank
us some
you.
comments.
Thank you.
Do read those comments.
Okay, I will. And I just want to say this, Jeff. It felt so good to hear your voice on DIA the other day. I was so emotional.
Woohoo,
Oh,
Jeff.
okay, thank you. Celebrating 75 years,
I
WDIA.
know, I know. I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of you guys for doing
I
what you're
certainly
doing.
know. I'm so
And I
I'm
Thank
looking
definitely
you.
will forward this link to others. As a matter of fact, Miss Kathy that used to call in, Jeff, she was here in Memphis, and I'll send it to her. She's in St. Louis now, and I'll send it to her and some other people too.
Please do. Please do. I'm getting ready to
okay.
share this link shortly. This has been so much fun. Thank you so
Cool
much.
deal.
Please
Thank
come
you
and
so
join
much,
me in.
Ganappa.
You guys are so very
All
welcome.
right.
I will tune in again with you guys. I had
Thank
fun.
you. I have fun with you. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye, guys.
Good night. Thank you again.
Good
Thank
night.
you, Jeff.
All right. Good night.
Bye bye.
Good night.
All right, Tracy. Bye, y'all.
Talk to you soon. Bye.